Amid this whole COVID situation, I hear a lot of talk about relationships and how much they're impacted by this situation. And sometimes the relationships are impacted for the better. Parents who are really enthusiastic about homeschooling their children next year, and they realize just how phenomenal that opportunity is. And obviously, the opposite we hear a lot. Marriages that are really thriving and marriages that are really struggling by both partners being home together all the time, right? Friendships that are both struggling and growing stronger because of it. Extended family, that's the one that I mostly only hear is hard. Not being able to see, I know that's very hard for me to not be able to see my parents, and that's a really hard relationship. But what I realize is really crazy is no one is talking about their relationship with God, our relationship with the divine. Like, that's kind of meant to be our number one relationship. And no one's saying how this coronavirus is impacting their relationship with their creator. So I think that means one of two things. Either people's relationship with God is so rock solid, they have such love and trust and devotion and connection with the Almighty that nothing makes that change. And that is wonderful. But the other option is that people's relationship is so strained with God that they don't even think about it. That disconnect isn't so hard. It's not, I don't go to synagogue because it's closed, but I still feel very spiritual. I mean, maybe that's working, but I think deep down, the same way we talk about self-care and taking some time out for our bodies and, having a shower, having alone time, or, reading a book, all of those beautiful self-care opportunities, I don't think we're taking enough self-care for our souls, for our neshama, for our spirituality. And when we don't work on it, it gets hard. We feel disconnected, and the longer we feel disconnected, the harder it is to acknowledge and to come back. And I don't know what your Jewish life is like or what your relationship with the divine is like. That's so wonderfully individualized, it's impossible to know. But you could be somebody who's living a very religious lifestyle and completely observant of every mitzvah you can think of, but don't feel that divine connection. But you're hoping for it. And there's the other, which is, I've never felt the divine connection, so, why would I look for that? I'm happy enough with my life. Everything is fine how it is. Why would I seek that out? And there's everything in between, and all of those are just fine. But I know that I personally sometimes feel that connection really, really strongly, and then it tapers off sometimes, and I don't feel as charged up and as connected and as spiritual and as aware of the divine around me. I mean, sometimes it's amazing and it's right there and you know it when you see it. But sometimes you're just so busy with life that it's hard to think about the real purpose of life. And I want to be able to explore that for myself more because I need it. And I'd love to take you on that journey with me so that we can all really put ourselves in the headspace that we need to be in. Because as much as self-care for our bodies and our mental health is absolutely crucial, the self-care for our spirituality, there's no words. So just take time to think about where you are in that connection. Think about if you've ever been there in a place where it's amazing and how much you want to get back there. And if you've never been in that so spiritually connected and charged up, well, I recommend you look into it. So, yeah, think about it.